everybody. Welcome to another edition of Wade Watches. I'm Wade. A very happy Valentine's Day to you all who are celebrating it, and an even happier another day in Black History Month because today I'm keeping up with my Black History series called Black Movies Matter with Fruitvale Station, directed by Ryan Coogler and starring Michael B. Jordan, Melanie Diaz, and Octavia Spencer. And watching this was like pretty much like unearthing a hidden treasure. This is Ryan Coogler's directorial debut. This predates Creed, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and I've never really heard anything about this movie. I think when it first came out, I saw like a poster for it on I think Fandango.com when I was looking at what else was playing. But safe to say, nobody really talks about this anymore. In relation to Ryan Coogler's filmography, just because he's gotten went on to direct major big budget blockbusters since then. So nobody really talks about Fruitvale Station, but I it was on Hulu. I saw that Ryan Coogler directed it, found out it was his first movie, and I decided to give it a watch. And it's an interesting case. Before I get into what this movie is actually about, I just have to say it's so funny to me that the big directors like Coogler, Spielberg, Christopher Nolan is definitely a good example. No one really talks about their very first directorial debut, like their very first movie. They talk about the subsequent works, definitely because usually those tend to obviously be the bigger budget ones. Once a director becomes more established, they get a bigger budget and go on to direct franchise movies. But nobody talks about the movies that gets them started. And once again, this is a prime example. Didn't I I kind of like saw the movie's poster, but I definitely didn't know that the same Ryan Coogler who did Creed and the two Black Panther movies was attached to it until having watched it. I was like, oh, Ryan Coogler directed it, so this is what started him out. But anyway, so this Fruitvale Station focuses on the it's a day in the life movie. It focuses on the last 24 hours of the life of a real life African American man named Oscar Grant III, and it focuses on the 24 hours of his life leading to a very unfortunate tragedy involving police brutality that occurred at the eponymous metro station, Fruitvale Station in Oakland, California. This was a real life thing that happened. And it's just the last 24 hours of Grant's life leading up to his final moments at the station. And as you can imagine, because of the subject matter, this was not an easy film to watch. Do not get me wrong, it is incredibly well made. And dare I say, as somebody who is a huge fan of the two Black Panther movies and a big fan of Creed, I like the Creed movies as well. Although Coogler only directed the first one, I think this is Ryan Coogler's best movie personally. It's this nice, quiet, intimate day in the life movie of just following this guy around. Oscar, at least as depicted in the film, he's not a perfect guy. He has kind of a shady past, but he's definitely a guy who is trying to redeem himself in his life and do better. He's not trying to stay stuck with his bad habits, stuck in his old ways. He's trying to make a better life because he has a daughter, he has a girlfriend who he loves very much. He loves his mother, who's played by Octavia Spencer, very much, and he's just trying to better himself. And I don't really want to say too much. I don't want to get into specifics, though. I wouldn't really call this a spoiler because this is a tragedy that really happened, and it is very well known. And just by me saying the name Oscar Grant, some of you may know already what happens at the end, but I don't want to get into that because but spoilers aside, this was obviously not a pleasurable viewing experience. It was tough to digest, but that being said, it is incredibly well made, and in my opinion, it's one of those rare movies that's flawless. There's not a single thing I would change about this movie. This is Michael B. Jordan at his best, and that's really saying something considering him. He's now famously known for playing Adonis Creed and he Killmonger in the Black Panther movies. But again, just like this is Ryan Coogler's best in my opinion, this is also Michael B. Jordan's best performance. I've seen him in other things too, like Chronicle, The Wire. I think he did a Law and Order episode. I remember seeing him in. But this is definitely, in my at least in my opinion, my the best performance that I think he's given. And yeah, like I said, there's not really much to say plot wise. I kind of all summed it up perfectly. He's a guy, it's a day in the life, and he's just trying to get his life together. You watch him throughout the day, just trying to right the wrongs of his past, just trying to figure out a way to do better going forward. And things happen, and that's all. Yeah, it's just hard to it was very hard to watch, but unfortunately never got that chance and to improve. And that's it's messed up, but concerning the movie itself, incredibly well made, incredibly well acted, and without a question, this is a 10 out of 10 movie. This is, once again, I now that I've seen it, I think that is Ryan direct. This is director Ryan Coogler's best movie, and that's really saying something because again, I'm a huge fan of the Black Panther movies. I know some people are like, oh, they're overrated or they're not that good. I don't care. I love the Black Panther movies, both of them. So it's really saying something when I say that this is my favorite Ryan Coogler movie. Um, you know, uh, we've in the African American movie we tend to call movies like Fruitvale Station trauma movies or struggle movies. um I think that they will always be necessary. Personally, I've heard a lot of black people say like I wish they would stop making these movies. They should apply black talent to more uplifting stories, and they have. Not every movie featuring African American talent in front of and behind the camera is about somebody getting beaten up by the police or people black people living in the ghetto. There are plenty of examples out there of movies where black people are thriving, and I'm grateful for that. I'm happy for that just as well. But frankly, movies like this will always be necessary because that's that's the reality that a lot of us face in America, unfortunately. And all we can do is watch these movies and see, kind of get an understanding and educate ourselves of what it means to be an African American man in America. And I like look at me right here. I'm not as chipper as I've been in other videos because this I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. It was very well made, well acted, and again, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for Fruitvale Station. But it was hard to sit through, especially the climax and the ending. Like Jesus. But these movies will always be necessary, in my opinion, because it's quintessential that not just black people, especially black people, but people everywhere, see reality for what it is. So that's all from me. Go watch Fruitvale Station. I know again, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's very hard to sit through, but it is phenomenal. It's very underrated. Again, because now Ryan Coogler does bigger movies, so not a lot of people know about it. I barely knew about it. Go watch Fruitvale Station. It's on Hulu right now. Please go watch it. Uh, Last time, 10 out of 10 for Fruitvale Station. Well directed, in my personal opinion. This is Ryan Coogler's best movie. I loved it, but wow, wow was intense. But that's a testament to its craft and how well directed it was. So I love this movie, but it's not a happy little tale, you know. So that's all from Wade Watch. That's all from me. Man, I'm struggling. That's all from me for now. Watch out for more Black Movies Matter series reviews, and I will see you all next time.